right, so today we're going to dive deep into building a brand
Okay.
that doesn't just, sell products,
Right.
but actually build some serious lasting value.
Yeah.
The kind of brand that people see and think, wow, they really get me.
Absolutely.
Like they really understand my needs and wants. That's what we're after.
Yeah, and it's amazing how many businesses kind of get stuck in just selling, selling, selling.
Yeah.
Just pushing products.
Right.
But when you take a step back
Yeah.
and you really focus on building a whole ecosystem around your product,
Oh, yeah.
that's when things get really exciting.
Totally. Then our source material today is all about making that shift.
Right.
Going from just being a product to becoming a full-blown powerhouse brand.
Absolutely.
And I'm all about those long-term strategies.
Me too.
Because, building a brand that's going to last,
Yeah.
that's what we're all about.
And what's really interesting is that building a strong brand actually has some surprising benefits.
Okay.
It's not just about recognition.
Right.
It's about really creating that deeper connection with your customer.
Yeah.
And that translates to some pretty serious advantages.
Yeah, the source mentions customer loyalty.
Absolutely.
Which makes total sense.
Right.
I mean, think about it. We naturally gravitate towards brands we already know and trust.
Yeah.
Like, I'm definitely guilty of this. I will reach for the same brand of peanut butter every single time.
Totally.
Even if there's a new one right next to it.
Yeah, it's like our brains are wired for that shortcut. That familiarity, that trust.
Yeah.
It actually allows brands to charge a premium price.
Oh, for sure.
Compared to generic counterparts.
Right.
People are willing to pay more for the peace of mind that comes with a recognizable name.
It's like they're paying for the whole experience.
Exactly.
Not just the product itself, it's the feeling, the association.
The whole package.
The whole thing.
And if you connect this to the bigger picture, a strong brand can actually make your business more valuable.
Oh, wow.
So if you ever decide to sell or bring on investors,
Okay.
a recognizable brand with a loyal customer base, huge asset.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we actually go from zero to $1 million brand? Because the source lays out a pretty clear roadmap here.
Okay.
And it all starts with defining your brand identity.
Yeah.
Right. And I think this is where a lot of people kind of get stuck.
I agree.
Because it could feel a little abstract.
It is a little bit like creating a personality for your brand.
Okay.
Think about it this way. If your brand was a person,
Yeah.
who would they be?
Okay.
What would they stand for?
Right.
What kind of vibe would they give off?
Yeah, I like that.
Right.
And I think getting that feeling right is key.
Absolutely.
Because it dictates everything.
Yeah.
From your visuals to your language to the types of products you offer.
For sure.
Like the source uses the example of an eco-friendly skincare brand.
Right. So with a brand like that, the sustainability would be woven into every aspect of their identity.
Okay.
Right. So from using organic ingredients to partnering with eco-conscious suppliers, everything reinforces that core value. And then it attracts a specific type of customer.
Right.
Someone who cares about those things.
For sure.
And is willing to pay a premium.
Absolutely. So defining your brand identity is like laying the foundation for everything else that comes after.
Absolutely.
And then it's about building out a product line that's cohesive, right?
Right.
Not just a random assortment of things.
Yeah, the goal here is to offer a range of products that serve the same target audience and reinforce your brand identity.
Yeah.
The example from the source was really insightful. Like if your first product is a yoga mat, why not expand into yoga blocks? Straps, maybe even a line of sustainable yoga apparel.
Yeah. Or if you're selling, say, a high-end coffee grinder.
Right.
You could offer premium beans.
Exactly.
Specialty filters. Maybe even a sleek travel mug.
Yeah, it's all about creating that ecosystem.
Right.
Right. It encourages repeat purchases from your existing customers. And it strengthens your overall brand recognition.
So people start to associate your brand with a whole lifestyle.
Exactly.
Or a specific solution.
Yes.
Rather than just a single product.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And of course, you can't forget about a killer brand name and logo.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, those are like the visual anchors of your brand identity.
Think about logos like the Mikey Swoosh or the Apple. Simple, memorable, and instantly recognizable to convey a whole lot of meaning without even needing any words.
Totally.
Strong logo builds credibility at a glance.
It's funny because those logos are so simple.
Yeah.
But they've become so iconic.
Right.
It's like they tacked into some kind of visual psychology.
Yeah. There's definitely a science to it.
Yeah.
But the main takeaway is Keep it simple, relevant to your brand, and visually appealing.
Okay.
Don't overthink it. Just focus on clarity and memorability.
All right, next up is building an engaged community.
Yes.
And this is where the real magic happens, right?
Oh, this is huge.
Because it's not just about selling anymore.
Right.
It's about building genuine relationships with your audience.
It's about creating a space where people feel like they belong.
Yeah.
Like they're part of something bigger than just a transaction.
I love that.
Yeah, and the source highlighted some really smart tactics for doing this.
Yeah.
Email marketing, social media engagement.
Yeah.
Even rich Facebook groups.
Oh, I love that idea.
Right. They all play a role in fostering that sense of community.
It's like creating a virtual clubhouse.
Exactly.
For your most passionate fans.
Yes.
To connect and share their experiences.
And here's the thing. When you have a strong community, they become your most powerful advocates.
Okay.
Right. They'll spread the word about your brand organically, which is way more valuable
for sure.
than any pay advertising.
Word of mouth is like gold.
It is.
It's the ultimate form of social proof.
Absolutely.
Because people trust recommendations from their friends and peers more than any marketing message.
Right. And that brings us to another powerful tool, storytelling. A compelling brand story can make a huge difference in how people perceive your brand.
Because people connect with stories.
Yeah.
That's how we make sense of the world.
Absolutely.
And a great brand story can really give your brand a personality, a soul that people can relate to.
Think about Tom's shoes with their one-for-one model.
Yeah.
Or Patagonia's commitment to environmental activism.
Right.
These brands have woven their values into powerful narratives that resonate with their customers on a much deeper level.
Like they're not just selling shoes or jackets, they're selling a belief system.
Exactly.
A way of life.
And people buy into that.
Yeah.
They do it.
All right, so we've talked about defining your brand identity.
Yes.
Building a cohesive product line. Crafting a memorable name and logo.
Yeah.
Building an engaged community.
Yes.
And telling a compelling brand story.
Absolutely.
What's next on the roadmap?
Well, all of these elements come together in your brand messaging.
Okay.
This is where you get to nail down your tagline, your value propositions, and your tone of voice.
Yeah. The tagline, a great tagline could be so powerful.
Absolutely.
I mean, think about Nike's. Just do it.
Yes.
It's so simple, but it perfectly encapsulates their brand ethos.
Exactly. Your tagline should be memorable, impactful, and directly tied to your brand identity.
Got it.
And then your value propositions are all about answering the question, why should someone choose your brand over all the others?
Right.
What unique benefits do you offer?
What makes you special?
Exactly.
And your tone of voice is how you communicate all of this.
Yes.
Are you playful? Serious, inspirational.
Right.
Whatever it is, your tone of voice needs to be consistent across all your platforms.
That consistency is key.
Right.
It reinforces your brand image. And it creates a sense of familiarity for your customers.
So they know what to expect from you.
Exactly.
And that builds trust over time.
Absolutely.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, but I'm realizing we've mainly been talking about building a brand within a platform like Amazon.
Right.
But what about scaling beyond that?
Yeah.
Because the source really emphasizes the importance of branching out.
It is. You're right. That's a whole other piece of the puzzle. It's about taking control of your destiny.
Okay.
And building a brand that's not reliant on any single platform.
And that's where things get really strategic.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to dive into those strategies in the next part of our deep dive. Okay, so we're back and ready to tackle this whole idea of scaling beyond Amazon.
Yes.
Because let's be real, having all your eggs in one basket can be kind of risky.
Right.
Especially when you're dealing with a platform as massive and as ever-changing as Amazon.
It's about taking ownership of your brand.
Yeah.
And building a more sustainable foundation for the long term.
Right.
For long-term growth. And luckily, our source material outlines some really smart strategies for doing just that.
Okay, so the first one they mentioned is launching your own Shopify store.
Yes.
I've heard a lot of buzz about Shopify lately.
Yeah.
What are the main benefits of going this route?
Well, for starters, it gives you complete control over your brand experience.
Okay.
You get to design your website exactly how you want it, showcase your products in the best possible light, and really cultivate that unique brand identity we were talking about earlier.
So it's like having your own digital storefront.
Exactly.
Where you set the rules.
Yes.
And you create the experience you want for your customer.
Exactly. And just as importantly, it allows you to build direct relationships with your customers.
Okay.
You're not beholden to Amazon's algorithms or communication restrictions.
Right.
You can collect their email addresses, build a mailing list, and nurture those relationships over time.
It's like taking back control of your destiny, right?
Yes, you said it.
Because on Amazon, you're kind of at the mercy of their platform.
And of course, there's the financial benefit as well.
Oh, yeah.
When you sell through your own Shopify store, you avoid those hefty Amazon fees,
right,
which can really eat into your profits.
That's a huge plus, especially as your brand grows.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's Shopify.
Yes.
What other avenues for scaling does the source recommend?
Well, they talk about expanding to other marketplaces, like Walmart Marketplace, eBay, and Etsy.
Okay.
Each platform has its own unique strengths and demographics.
Right.
So it's about finding the ones that align best with your target audience and your product offerings.
So it's not just about ditching Amazon altogether.
Right.
It's about diversifying your reach.
Exactly.
Tapping into new customer segments.
You want to cast a wider net and meet your customer where they are.
Right.
And some people just prefer to shop on a Walmart or Etsy.
Right.
It's about giving them options and meeting their needs.
I mean, personally, I love browsing Etsy for unique handmade goods.
Exactly.
It's a totally different experience than shopping on Amazon.
And then there's the potential of wholesale and retail partnerships.
Okay.
Imagine getting your product into brick and mortar stores.
Oh, wow.
Especially those that cater to your specific niche.
Okay, now we're talking, that's next level brand visibility right there.
Absolutely.
I mean, seeing your product on the shelves of a cool boutique or a specialty store, that's got to be a pretty awesome feeling.
It's a great way to expand your reach and build credibility, especially for those customers who still prefer to shop in person.
Right.
And let's not forget about the power of subscription models and memberships.
Yeah, subscriptions are huge these days.
They are.
Everyone's doing it.
Everybody.
From meal kits to beauty boxes to software services.
And for good reason.
Right.
They provide a reliable source of recurring revenue, which is great for business stability.
Yeah.
And they allow you to deepen those customer relationships by providing ongoing value and exclusive perks.
The example they use in the source was those monthly skincare boxes.
Yes.
Which I am obsessed with. It's like getting a little present delivered to your doorstep every month.
And from a business standpoint, it's genius.
Yeah.
You're guaranteeing yourself a certain level of income every month.
Right.
And you're creating a loyal customer base that's excited to see what you come up with next.
It's a win-win for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've talked about launching a Shopify store.
Yes.
Expanding to other marketplaces, exploring wholesale and retail partnerships.
Yeah.
And embracing subscriptions and memberships.
Absolutely.
That's a pretty comprehensive roadmap for scaling beyond Amazon.
It's about being strategic and thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
You don't have to limit yourself to just one platform or one sales channel.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's about building a brand that's truly multifaceted and adaptable.
And just as important as knowing what to do is knowing what not to do.
Ooh.
The stars highlight some common branding mistakes that can really sabotage your efforts, even if you have the best intentions.
Oh, yeah. Those pitfalls could be sneaky. Let's hear them. I'm all ears.
Well, the first one, and it's probably the most common, is a lack of differentiation.
Okay.
If your brand doesn't stand out from the crowd, if it's too generic or bland, it's going to get lost in our noise.
It's like trying to be heard in a room full of people shouting the same thing.
Exactly.
You got to find a way to cut through the clutter.
Yes.
And make your voice heard.
And that goes back to defining your brand identity.
Yeah.
And really nailing down those unique selling propositions.
Right.
What makes you different? Why should someone choose you over all the other options out there?
Right. It's about having that clear message.
Yes.
And communicating it effectively.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you're just another face in the crowd.
And another mistake to avoid is focusing too much on sales and neglecting community building.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely seen this happen.
Yeah.
Brands that are so obsessed with pushing products.
Yeah.
That they forget about the human connection.
It's a short-sighted approach because in the long run, it's those genuine relationships that build loyalty and advocacy.
It's like you can try to force people to buy your stuff, but if they don't feel any kind of connection to your brand, they're not going to stick around.
Exactly. And that brings us to another crucial point, customer experience. Just happy customers become brand ambassadors.
Oh, yeah.
They'll spread the word, leave positive reviews, and come back for more.
While unhappy customers can do the opposite.
Absolutely.
We all know the power of a scathing online review.
It can really hurt.
Yeah.
So it's all about exceeding expectations, going the extra mile, and showing your customers that you truly care about their satisfaction.
Okay, so we've got lack of differentiation, sales over community, and neglecting customer experience.
Yes.
What other branding blunders should we be aware of?
Well, we've already touched on this, but it's worth reiterating over-reliance on Amazon.
Right. Putting all your eggs in one basket is never a good idea.
It's like building your house on rented land.
Ooh, I like that.
You're not in control.
Right.
And if Amazon decides to change its algorithms or policies, your whole business could be affected.
So it's all about diversifying, building your own platform.
Yes.
And owning those customer relationships.
Precisely. And finally, don't underestimate the power of content marketing.
Content market. Okay. I'm intrigued. Tell me that.
Think blogs, articles, videos, social media posts.
Okay.
Basically, any type of content that provides value to your target audience.
Okay.
It's about establishing yourself as a thought leader in your industry,
right.
building trust, and driving organic traffic to your website.
So it's not about directly selling your products.
Right.
It's about building that brand authority and becoming a go-to resource for your audience.
Exactly. It's a long-term strategy,
yeah.
but it can be incredibly effective in building brand awareness and loyalty.
I love that it's like you're not just selling a product, you're offering a whole world of knowledge and expertise around that product.
And people appreciate that they're more likely to trust and buy from a brand that they perceive as knowledgeable and helpful.
Okay, so to recap those branding mistakes, to avoid lack of differentiation, sales over community, neglecting customer experience, over-reliance on Amazon.
Right.
And ignoring content marketing.
Steer clear of those pitfalls, and you'll be well on your way to building a brand that's not just successful, but truly impactful.
That's what I'm talking about. Impact is key now. I'm realizing this whole deep dive has really been about shifting our mindset from simply selling products to building a brand with lasting value.
Absolutely.
It's a whole different ballgame.
It is, and our source material really emphasizes that this shift is essential for creating a business that's not just profitable, but also sustainable and scalable in the long run.
Because a strong brand can outlive any single product or trend, right?
Yes.
It's about creating something that has staying power.
It's about creating something that people believe in.
Yeah.
Something that connects with them on a deeper level.
And I think that's what really resonates with consumers today.
Absolutely.
They're looking for brands that align with their values.
Yes.
That stand for something more than just making a profit.
They want to feel like they're part of something bigger. Something meaningful.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
But I'm sensing there's still more to unpack. What are some key takeaways that we can really apply to our own brand building journeys?
Well, I think one of the biggest takeaways from everything we've discussed is the importance of clarity.
Okay.
You need to be crystal clear about your brand identity, your target audience, your core values, and your unique selling proposition.
Okay.
Those are the foundational elements that everything else builds upon.
Yeah, it's like building a house.
Exactly.
If the foundation is shaky, the whole structure is compromised.
Absolutely.
So nailing down those core elements is crucial. What else stands out to you as a key takeaway?
Another one is the importance of building a community around your brand.
Oh, yeah.
It's not enough to just have a great product or service.
Right.
You need to create a space where your customers feel connected, valued, and heard.
Okay.
Engage with them authentically, foster genuine relationships.
Okay.
And give them a reason to be a part of your brand's journey.
I'm thinking about some of the brands I personally love. And they all have that strong community aspect.
Right.
It's like they've created a tribe of loyal fans who are passionate about the brand and everything it stands for.
Exactly. And that kind of loyalty is priceless.
Yeah.
It's what drives word-of-mouth marketing, repeat purchases, and long-term growth.
It's that sense of belonging and that shared passion that really sets those brands apart.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we got clarity and community. Any other golden nuggets of wisdom to share?
Well, the last one I'd emphasize is the importance of being adaptable.
Okay.
The world of branding is constantly changing, so you need to be willing to experiment, iterate, and evolve along with it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to try new things. Get feedback from your customers and adjust your strategies as needed.
I love that it's like that saying, the only constant is change.
Exactly.
And in the world of business, that's definitely true.
Right.
You got to be nimble and willing to pivot when necessary.
Being stuck in your ways or refusing to adapt to new trends can be the death knell for a brand.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in today's fast-paced digital landscape.
It's about staying curious.
Yeah.
Staying open to new ideas. And always being willing to learn and grow.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we got our key takeaways: clarity, community, and adaptabilities.
Yes.
I feel like I've learned so much from this deep dive.
Me too.
What are your final thoughts for our listener as they embark on their own brand building journey?
Well, I'd encourage them to really think about the legacy they want to build.
Okay.
Is it just about selling products and making a profit?
Right.
Or is it about creating something bigger than themselves, something that has a positive impact on the world?
That's a powerful question. It's like taking it a step beyond the bottom line and considering the bigger picture.
And exactly. What values do you want your brand to embody?
Yeah.
What change do you want to inspire? What mark do you want to leave on the world?
Okay.
Let those questions guide your decisions and shape your brand's journey.
I love that it's about purpose, not just profit.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what truly resonates with people today.
Right.
They want to support brands that align with their values, that stand for something meaningful.
And those are the brands that ultimately succeed.
Yeah.
The ones that connect with people on an emotional level, that inspire loyalty and advocacy, that make a difference in the world.
That's inspiring. Okay, well, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive into building a powerhouse brand.
Yes.
It's been a fascinating exploration, and I hope our listener has walked away with some valuable insights and actionable strategies.
I hope so too. Remember, building a brand is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, effort, and a willingness to learn and adapt, but the rewards are immense.
Yeah.
A strong brand can transform your business, build wealth, and create a lasting legacy.
So take what you've learned today, apply it to your own unique situation, and start building the brand of your dreams.
Yeah.
And remember, the most important ingredient in any successful brand is you.
Yeah.
Your passion, your creativity, your vision.
Go out there and make your mark on the world.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep building those incredible brands.